Alright, hello. I'm gonna show you in this little video. Well, I was presenting this to a client the other day, and I was thinking, gosh, I have shown this in some of the Epic webinars, but I haven't done a YouTube video about it, and it looks so good that, well, I thought it looked good. I don't know if you guys agree. But the truth is, this was a project that we did together with my friend Eric and Dominique from Artefactory. Extremely talented, and we wanted to see what we could do to take an old 3ds Max project and put it into Unreal. And it didn't take long, about a week, and I was showing this to a client the other day because they wanted to see well, they wanted to take Unreal on board, to be honest, and they wanted to see what could be done. And so I was showing this around and kind of trying to explain how effectively this was like a render, but we could really literally travel inside it. I know it sounds a little bit obvious to a lot of us, but if your boss asks you to see something and you can show them this video. So I thought, here we go. So I just sort of show around here. This is really cool. This is with a displacement map, displacement material. So effectively that means you see every single pebble on this courtyard here. And the light is, the light is really good. The reflections on the floor. These lights up here are blueprints, so they can all be individually changed. The intensity, I don't know if that's actually doing anything. Let's see. Oh yes, because it's baked in, so you won't see the difference. Oh no, because I'm changing the wrong variable here, but you can see the difference in intensity that I'm playing with. And what else we've got here in the dining area, we can really see the really high quality of the light and how the calculation of the light mass are really very soft and very precise. We've got these nice contact shadows and things. And so what I was doing with my client, which was interesting, they're an interior design company, and they wanted to see what I was trying to explain is how quickly we can swap this furniture around, when in Max it would probably take a bit of time to show it and to re-render and things. So here I'm just selecting all of these chairs, and you can see the static mesh here has been assigned to this chair. Well, if I was to select that chair and assign that mesh instead, you can see that I can instantly change the light. So this is not entirely true because I need to recalculate the light mass to get these contact shadows. However, with a client around, well, maybe this would prove quite valuable to be able to swap through a few options and maybe get them to make a decision right there on the spot. How much would that be worth? Rather than sort of come back and send them the renders, and maybe it's not perfectly drawn, but it would be enough. So there we have it, a little test around, and here we were really working very hard on the floor, getting these reflections and the quality of that floor great. Another thing maybe I should mention, I spent quite a long time to optimize the scene because these elements were taking a very, very long time to render. And in fact, I've got two files and I see that I've opened the wrong file. But one recommendation if you're working at that level would be to have each one of these elements detached and not have a very large element like this, a very large plane of wall with lots of detail, because that comparatively each one separated took much less time to render rather than one large one. So it's good practice, but I just wanted to show you the amount of detail in this model. We really respected the original V-Ray kind of scene. So for a real-time model, that's I think that's really encouraging. So yeah, if you can break them up into lots of small individual elements, that's you will experience a great decrease in your render time. Okay, and finally, something I thought for any of you visualizers out there, normally you would use some kind of multi-material script, or not script, just assign different multi-materials to different meshes for this wall, but given the number of textures we have, different panels, it was a bit of a pain to do that. So what I did instead is unwrap the texture, and so it got me to practice my texture unwrapping, and I assigned each panel of the wall, and I moved the texture maps in the UV in 3ds Max. So then I was able to use this texture map, and I sort of turned around the UV maps and things like that. So maybe I should do a video showing just that process, because that means I was able to do a large wall with a lot of variation, which could have been quite tedious otherwise, and this way was very, very easy. So there you go. I hope this is a little bit useful for some of you, and if you have any questions or any suggestions for videos, or questions you want me, especially ideas for if you want me to do a video about anything, please comment below. Please like this video and subscribe, and yeah, see you next time.